Hello everyone. I talked about this many times before. It's the digital euro. It was supposed to be launched, I think, in a few more years' time, 2027, something like that. I might be wrong on that figure, but pretty much they're trying to get it out by October. And pretty much, as it says in the tin, it's a digital euro. It won't be, they want to get rid of cash. We already see this in our societies. They're desperate to get rid of cash because cash, at the end of the day, cash is freedom. You have the freedom. Nobody can find out what you're spending the money on. It doesn't come up anywhere. And that's what I like about it. Nobody can find out what you're spending your money on. The bank doesn't have to know. It's your own money. Nobody can find it. That's only between you and whoever you buy whatever off. If it's a PlayStation or whatever, it's freedom. Cash is freedom, and that's what it is. It's freedom. It's choice. It's anonymity, I suppose you would say too. With banks and stuff like that, they can find out what you're spending money on and stuff, and source that and data that, and keep that track of it. Particularly if you question the government and stuff like that, and question different policies of governments and stuff like that, it becomes very authoritarian in some banks. And in terms of the European Central Bank, Irish people know about them. They're not the best people, and I wouldn't trust this woman run a cafe shop. I wouldn't let her run a cafe shop, let no one the European Central Bank, or I wouldn't let Ursula von der Leyen run anything, to be totally honest, because they're running the European Union as a whole into the ground, to be totally honest. So the digital euros, we know the what would give with the cash, and it's pretty much as this person says. And again, this sounds conspiracy theory and all that, but usually the sad reality of modern society is conspiracy theories usually prove to be right nearly 99.9% of the time now, unfortunately. Unfortunately so, because majority of people who said years ago things were conspiracy theories, the majority of them have been proven right now. That majority of things that were considered conspiracy theories 5 years ago are now truth, now facts. And again, this all goes back to trust. Nobody asked for this, first of all, for a digital euro. I never jumped up and down and said I wanted digital euro. There's some NGOs and stuff like that wanting digital euro, but let them want it, because obviously they'll get paid for the government and stuff. But if you went out in the street now in the morning, if you went out in Dublin city centre now in the morning and asked the only Joe that's walking around working a 9 to 5, do they care about the digital euro? They would say, I just want to pay the bills. I want to survive. I don't give a shit about the digital euro. I never wanted. I didn't ask for it. That's what the majority of people would say. Why the fuck do we need it? Why is it necessary? And it's necessary because, again, we couldn't trust them. As an Irish perspective too, we couldn't trust the European Central Bank for what they did to our country, in terms of pretty much leaving us for dirt, pretty much. And then paying huge amount of money in debt to the European Central Bank. Every Irish citizen's paying a huge amount to them to sit in buses and stuff like that. And again, pretty much it can be done because, again, the European Central Bank will control it. So they can block your purchases, particularly if you're questioning the European Central Bank like myself and stuff like that, and the European Union. No, they can block it and stuff like that. Pretty much, you need food, we won't allow that. We can't allow that to go through. And again, it's not conspiracy, it's genuine concern at this point. Because some of the things this woman and other people are coming out with are very... You wouldn't hear it in Communist China. And it's about really implementing Communist China's authoritarian rulers here, really, pretty much. Because we see where this first originated, digital euro. It's the same as the social credit score in China. It's pretty much what they want to bring in here. In my opinion, that's pretty much what they want to do, the social credit score in China. And we shouldn't have anything to do with China, because, let's be fair, it's a communist dictatorship. In so-called freedom and stuff like that, that's what we stand for in the European Union, in Europe as a whole, in the Western world. In a lot of cases nowadays, I have to question that, because I don't know about freedom and stuff like that. It seems to be more, one way or the highway, But, I don't think the majority of people want this, to be totally honest, first of all. And to be totally honest, you couldn't trust them. You simply couldn't trust this woman. You couldn't trust the majority of the European Central. You couldn't trust the European Union, Ursula von der Leyen and stuff. You couldn't trust them. So why would you trust them with your money and with your bank details and with your pretty much what you're spending the money on? Because unfortunately, this is the way it's going, unfortunately. Because in 10 years' time, there won't be any cash. Simple as that. This is the beginning, pretty much, of this. And, we can't really let it stand because, again, they can do it. In China, they said it's for the good of the people when they first brought out the social credit score. It's for the good of the people. It's for the benefit of society and all that. And it pretty much went downhill from there. So, and now we see in China, if you criticise the government or you say anything against the Communist Party, your social credit scores go down. You can't buy food. You can't do this. And again, it can happen in the European Union, unfortunately, too. Because we have people like these that wouldn't elect. I don't remember everyone electing this woman to the European Central Bank. She controls the mortgage rates. She controls take for example, what would you call it? The mortgage rates and the interest rates of businesses and different companies, and I never voted for. I don't think anybody ever voted for. So why are these people in unelected positions? Same as Ursula von der Leyen. It should be put to the people. If we are a European Union, we should be put to the people, and we do waste democracy and stuff. It's the people who should vote who should be the head of the European Union. Take this up. The same with the European Central Bank. People should be voting of Europe, should be saying who they want to represent, who's the most trustworthy. Because nobody voted for this woman. I didn't certainly vote for her, but that's what I'm trying to say. There's no trust, and why would you trust them? They've shown time and time again that you couldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. But maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theory. But let me know what you think, I suppose, because I don't trust it. The majority of people online are of the same opinion that they're not feeling very confident, particularly this speech. If you listen to it, I'm not playing now, but if you listen to a speech, not a good vibe. That's what I'm getting off, and not a great vibe. So I don't know. I'm always been for cash and having the option to pay with card if you want. But in my opinion, I was always brought up as cash is king. Simple as that. When I was a child and stuff, even to now, I always use cash. In the majority of cases, I always use cash. Never really card. Unless, very rarely. The majority of the time, I rather use cash, to be totally honest. Literally, I'm 22 years old now. All of my life, nearly, I use cash. Nearly, I would say 98, let's say 98 for argument's sake. 98% of my life. Everything I bought was with cash. That's only 2%. I know there's some other people that use the card more and more and more. But just remember your card too, that you pay transactions every month for how many times you use it. Say you use it 30 times a month. That's added into your card expenses. Like, take for example, AIB, I think, charges something like, is it 6 or 7, 8 euro, something like that a month for your card use and stuff, even if you just use it 6 or 7 times. But the more you use it, the more you pay, obviously, of course. But that's what I'm saying. So with cash, you're paying it up front. You don't want to pay any more than what you're paying for. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I know some people would disagree with it, but ask yourself this: did you ask for this? Because nobody really ever asked for this, and I don't remember. And again, ask yourself this: did I elect this woman? Did you elect this woman? Who elected her? It's a genuine question. Thank you.